Well, good morning, everybody. It is an absolutely beautiful morning in San Antonio, Texas. Motorcycle riding weather is here. And I have to admit I'm feeling a little bit guilty about being out on such a beautiful day when there are so many people here in Texas who have just the opposite of that, and they're suffering tremendously. So, of course, anything you can do to make a contribution or help the folks in Houston and also Florida is going to be right behind this weekend. It would be great. But we're riding up to Fredericksburg, Texas this morning because I'm going to check on the progress of my 1968 Triumph Bonneville that we're restoring. And I'm really excited about the progress we're making. I think the bike is going to be done this month or early in October. This project has been going on for 4 years. Now, we haven't been working on it steadily for 4 years because there's been a lot of obstacles. Billy Burdett, his wife, had cancer. I lost a job. So time and money have been a few obstacles, but now we're getting to the point where we're about ready to launch this thing. And so I want to go up and take a look at it and try to get an estimate of how much more money I got to come up with to finish it up. Now, my previous video that I put on here, I noticed has about 2,600 views so far, so that's a whole lot more views than any of the other videos that I post. It gets about 40 or 50 views, so there must be a lot of interest in 1968 Triumph Bonnevilles out there. So I'll give you a brief background on this little project. About 4 years ago, I got it in my mind that I wanted to restore a 1968 Triumph Bonneville because for me that was the classic motorcycle. I loved the way it looked, loved the way it sounded. Everything about the design of that motorcycle is just elegant. And I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction. I believe that we get what we think about, whether we want it or not. And so I've made a special point to devote as much of my mental energy as I can to thinking about what I want instead of what I don't want. Because there's a lot of things in my life right now, and there's a lot of things that I can imagine in the future that I don't want. And it's taken me many, many years to realize that if I think about those things too much, I actually will attract them. So about 4 years ago, I started thinking about a 1968 Triumph Bonneville. And I was driving down Interstate 10 one day, and I noticed the BMW Triumph dealership off to the left. And I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to stop in there and look around. And while I was in there, I asked the sales guy on the floor, or I mentioned that I was really would like to find a 1968 Bonneville to restore. And he said, well, I know a guy in Kerrville who has one. And Kerrville's only about 60 miles down the road. So he said, let me get on the phone and see if he still has it and if it's for sale. So he called up his friend. The guy still had it. Said, yeah, it's for sale. So the next weekend, I took a trip to Kerrville. And sure enough, there was this ragged old 1968 Triumph Bonneville. It ran, sort of. It was pretty bad shape. So I bought it, took it home, and started the project. I took the bike apart, literally every nut, bolt, and washer. Disassembled that bike down to where it couldn't be disassembled anymore. and that included the engine. Took the frame, had it powder coated. Got into the project about as much as I could. And then I met Billy Burdett, who is truly an artist. So I gathered it all up and I took it up to Fredericksburg, and he went to work rebuilding the engine and started to create this beautiful work of art. So we've had all these obstacles along the way. Now Billy's about ready to retire. And he wants to get this bike finished. It's going to be the last bike he builds. And I believe, and he believes, that it will be the best that he's done. So we're going to go up and take a look at it. And I can't wait to see it. Well, here we are at Billy's. All right, let's go in and look at the Triumph. This is, I feel like a new father going to the hospital to look at my baby in the crib. This is Billy's organized workplace.
Organized? Hey, I heard that. Boy, that stuck out of there in a hurry, didn't it? Is that word, organized? Is that a GoPro, man?
Yeah.
Is that like a helmet mount for that thing, or what?
Oh, yeah, I do that. I have a helmet mount, and
I was just saying to Billy, it's so clean inside here.
it's so clean inside
Yeah,
there.
you know,
Yes, it's
You
never
haven't
been
put any
run.
oil in it.
Oh, and this? Oh, yeah. It's been oiled. See, I'm doing the plumbing now over here, Pat. I put the coils on last night, and then this is your oil feed for the top end.
Oh my
I've
gosh!
got to cut. This feeds into this, so I need to cut this right here, and then there's a little herringbone hose that runs down behind there, and then attaches to this. And this is the return pipe, and this is the feed right here. There's a filter right here that we're just putting in right now. So that's.
Wow, Billy, this is beautiful.
That's what's happening
This is
here.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
This is going to be your best work.
Well, it's the only one I've ever done that's like 100% accurate. You know what I mean? Everything else I kind of made it, my own, did paint it right and used whatever chromed everything, or powder coated everything black, or did something. But this is the first one I've ever done that's like, we're shooting for 100 points here. 100 points being flawless.
This is right down to even the fasteners are genuine, right? Even the
Fasteners are
bolts.
genuine. There's not one hardware store washer on this motorcycle. Not one.
This is more than what I expected.
Well, you haven't seen the finished product yet. With
I
your
know.
paint job that you
Oh yeah, the paint job is great.
spent the farm on. It's going to be something. It ought to be. If I don't have a slip of hand and pick a big chunk of paint out of your
Don't even say that.
oil tank.
Don't even think that. Yeah, you know how much that
As
cost.
careful as you are. Oh, I know, man.
You know how much that cost me and how long it took. We had to ship those tanks off to Boston to have them painted.
Yeah. But if I mess it up, I got to pay for it.
Yeah.
If you mess it up, or if somebody else messes it up, then that's their problem.
No, it's very easy to solve. You just put an STP sticker on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Cover it up. So I'm putting this filter in right now.
So we're getting genuine amyl carbs, right?
Yeah, from Mitch Clamp. The only place we could get them. For some reason, there's a shortage of amyl carbs. Whether that's a manufactured shortage or whether it's a shortage caused by manufacturing. Nobody's got them. There's Wassel, there's like aftermarket, which look like amyls, but they're not amyls. So we're waiting for the amyls. And the place I buy from 2 places, and neither of them had it. So I had to buy them from Mitch Clamp, who has the best of everything, but he also knows that he has the best of everything, so he kind of marks up more than he really probably needs to. But, you know, he's got the stuff, and we need the stuff, so. See what I'm saying, man? This is the thing that bothers me most, is working around this oil tank. Because everything else I can leave off until the very end, you know?
Yeah.
That other side cover over there, which that has a scuff. We got to get red to polish that up for us. And then
Yeah, the only thing that's not original is just the electronic ignition, right?
that's correct.
Yeah.
But that, you know, that's an acceptable, you know, if you're gonna use it, you kind of have to. The chain guard over there, that took me 4 hours to install that chain guard.
What?
Well, because it has to go. See, it has this blade down here. It's this splash guard, this blade. So there's, in order to get this long piece, it's that long in here, you can't. You had to take the shock off, had to take the rear wheel off, had to take the chain off.
Oh my gosh.
And then the brake mount, of course, the torque stay had to come off because the wheel had to come off. So I take all that stuff back off. So anyway, but I got it back on, and then we put everything back on, and then you had to feed the chain because the chain guard's got to be on there, but I kept it loose until I fed the chain back through underneath here. Yeah, so I had these powder coated. That's one of the things I picked up the other day that were down there, these brackets. These are normally, like, when you buy them, the stock ones now, they're just bare metal, you know, they're not, so. But I mean, that's factory. Look at all those curved, you know, it's not, that's all factory. These are chromed, but that's, you know.
So it's
I don't know about that. I might take that off.
What is it, 6-volt system?
It's a 12 volt, but with the electronic ignition, it has to do with the resistance. The way the electronic ignition works, it has to do more with the resistance than with the voltage. So you run these 2 6-volt coils in a series, positive in, negative out, negative to negative, positive out. So you run those in a series, and then it works. So those are 6-volt, but everything else is going to be converted to 12. You have a 12-volt battery. The regulator, rectifier is all 12-volt. Your stator, rotor, that's all new. That's all 12-volt, and it's a 200 watts. So you could, you know, you'll have plenty of light. If you did want to ride it, you know, you could probably have enough power to plug in your, you know, suit if you could find a way to plug it in.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's cool, man. It's looking good. There's a little ding right there, see? But it's behind. I'll show you. where that's going to go, and then the foot peg. Foot peg goes right there. See, it's right behind the foot peg.
That's probably what put it in there.
That's what put it in there. So I think you probably won't see it once that's in there. See, you have to take the pipe off to get this on. But it's going to be right behind there, so I don't think it'll be noticeable. I don't, you know, you can buy a new one of these, but I think let's put it together and see.
Yeah.
You know, because it's got some scars on it, man. I mean, and that's, you know, that's good because it's an old motorcycle. You know, I mean, like the aluminum, there's scars in here that you can't get rid of. You know, they're just, you blast it and bead blast it and clean it and polish it, but there's still scars, which is kind of, I think, adds to it. You know.
Yep.
So
it's gonna be.
It's gonna be something.
You know, if I was single, I would make a shelf in my living room, and I would just put it right. I would put it up on a shelf. But my wife wouldn't go along with that.
Yeah, you're better off putting the wife on the shelf.
Yeah. But I need to find a zipper bag to put it in, though, to keep it.
Oh, it'll be fine. You got to keep it inside, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
You got a garage
It'll be in the garage.
Yeah. Spray a little light mist. I'll get some olive oil spray or something, spray it on there. I don't know. Guys pickle them. I don't know how to do it, but.
So you think that the Harvest Classic is?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
All right. So do they judge the vehicles or bikes by points?
No, that's just strictly. And there'll be Red's gonna have a bike in there. Red's got a Norton he's working on. There's gonna be some serious competition. And then all those other old guys that are in there, there'll be some nice bikes. But this will be as good as anything there. I mean, it's going to be as good as anything.
So is this where the participants judge, or do they have official
They
judge?
vote, yeah, the participants
The participants, okay.
The attendees, everybody votes. I mean, if there's 3,000 people there, then 3,000 people vote, you know? So, you know, when this thing's all together with that paint job, you know, it's gonna look good. It'll look. You won't be going, wow, that one looks better than mine, because there won't be anything there that looks better. There'll be stuff that's different, and then maybe somebody is more attracted to that than they are to, you know, you like blondes, I like brunettes, you know. But it'll be as good as it gets.
So for all these YouTube viewers out there, this is Billy's not only a great motorcycle builder, he's multi-talented. He's a musician and a songwriter.
That's not. Let's see if I can find the right one.
So there's one of his famous tunes right up here, folks. If you should download this one. This is one of the greatest songs you'll ever hear. She Loves It When I Polka. And you download that if you want a good laugh. But be careful who you share it with, because some people may not find it to be all that humorous. All right.
See you down the road, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks
Beautiful.
for your patience.
You're an artist, man. You're an artist.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, you're an artist.
See you later, man. Y'all be careful out there if you will. Yeah. Hey, text me when you get home, huh? Text me when you get home.
All right.
You know, it's like one of my kids. You know, make sure it's all safe.
I didn't realize you were that old.
Oh yeah, I'm way old.
He's just said 50.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's right. He could be my father.
He could be my father. I'm good.
All right, we're leaving Billy's now. I am so excited about that bike. I can't wait. So my next video will be the birthing. I told Billy, I said, I don't want you to start that engine the first time. Don't kick it over the first time until I'm there. I want to be there and hear the first sound come out of it. And I'm going to do a complete video on that that special moment. And Billy predicts it's going to start on the first kick. So stay tuned for that video. It's going to be something special. Thanks for watching. I always love those comments. And I love maybe even more those subscriptions. So you hit that subscribe button and let's stay connected. We'll see you the next time.